Love can even transcend the fabric of time and space. Today we are going to prove this point. Hello and welcome to every recap ever. Today we are looking at a sci-fi romance movie called Press Play. Also, all the unblurred videos are on our Patreon. So do join the page. We are going to start a fun Patreon exclusive series soon. The movie starts and we meet a young girl named Laura. She is in a hurry and searching someone's bedroom. Her friend Chloe comes to the door and calls for her. Laura just ignores her and finds a mixtape player. She quickly puts on her earphones. As Chloe enters the room, she finds it empty. Well, such cliffhangers are the norm at this point, but trust me, you're gonna love this one. Okay, so the story then shifts to 4 years back in time. We see Chloe and Laura chilling at the beach. Laura loves painting and she is doing a beautiful portrait of the sea. As soon as they are done with their thing, Chloe takes her to meet his stepbrother, Harrison, at the record store. So the thing is, she wants to set up Laura with his stepbrother. Chloe then introduces them to each other and gives them some space. Laura finds a wall full of old cassettes, where people give away their old mixtape as a memory. They instantly connect with each other, and while taking a look at the records, she finds a rare album of Japanese breakfast. She invites him to watch a live music show with him, and clearly their chemistry just keeps getting better. After some days, while hanging out at the back of the store, she meets Cooper, the store's owner. Later that evening, while enjoying the sunset together, Chloe gets a call that she has been accepted in an art-related program, and the best part is, it is in their city only. So basically she means to say that she won't have to change the cities. Harrison is clearly happy and he plays music to celebrate the occasion. As he is about to tell her something important, an unexpected small earthquake happens. They quickly get on the car and spend some quality time together. After a few days, Laura and others decide to go to the beach. Chloe's boyfriend just refuses to go with them and dumps her. Yeah, but she is no crybaby and she finds some boys to chill at the beach. After some surfing and enjoyable time, Harrison and Laura decide to create their mixtape as memories. Yeah, they want their memories to be stored on a wall at the record shop. Few days later, Laura invites Harrison to her house to show him her paintings. He definitely likes it and decides to take her to meet his parents. While having dinner with his family, they accidentally tell her about Harrison leaving for a top university across the country. This comes as a shock to Laura, but he tries to convince her. Yeah, he wanted to tell her about this, but the earthquake got in their way. He decides to not go to the university and confesses his love to her. This makes her emotional and she replies back saying, "I love you too." After a while, Laura and Harrison are enjoying a music show at the record store. As the time goes by, the day arrives for Laura's first art exhibition. She takes him outside and asks him to go to the university. She doesn't want to be the reason to hold him back. She is even ready to break up, but he is firm on his decision to stay by her side. During his birthday, he gives her a necklace as a gift. Yeah, it's his birthday, but still, he is giving her a gift. She then takes him to a spot underneath the bridge, where she has painted their mural. Everything is just perfect, but there is this saying, in this life you can't trade pain with happiness. They coexist together. The next day, Harrison leaves a note for Laura saying he is going surfing. While crossing the road, this totally breaks Laura. She even tries to destroy the mural. She decides to keep their mixtape inside the record store and leaves. Cooper sees her, but decides not to say anything. For years later, we see that Laura is spending more and more time surfing and trying to act normal. Come on, we all know that she still hasn't moved on. Later, she attends Chloe's wedding and meets Cooper again. He gives her their mixtape, saying it belongs to her. She goes home and puts on her earphones to play the tape. As soon as she clicks play, she miraculously travels back in the time to the day of the music show. Okay, so the thing is, they made the mixtape of the songs they listened while doing something memorable. Laura gets happy as well as speechless seeing Harrison, but suddenly she gets teleported back to the original timeline. She tries to process for a while but tries the mixtape again. Now she gets teleported to the time when they were enjoying the sunset. She is now convinced that she is indeed time traveling. Even though it sounds bizarre, she says,
"I'm from the future."
And he totally thinks that she has lost it. Who would believe such a claim? She even tells him about him dying from a car accident while going surfing, but he is still skeptical. She then predicts about the earthquake, which is soon to happen. Fortunately, the earthquake happens and he starts questioning how she did it. But before she could complete anything, song time runs out and she comes back to the present. She quickly goes to meet Chloe and tells her about the mixtape. Oh, and even she doesn't believe her. Laura even tries to send her in the past using a mixtape, but it doesn't work on her. Apparently, the songs are meant for Laura and Harrison only, so no other person can experience this time travel thing. Then the unexpected thing happens. Laura sees that Chloe's husband has changed and now is that douchebag guy who dumped her. She understands that the timeline is altering not just for her, but also for Chloe's and everyone else. Laura then quickly goes under the bridge to see the mural that she destroyed. The crazy thing is, the mural painting looks slightly different. She quickly searches online to see how Harrison died and finds out he accidentally fell from the cliff. She plugs the earphones and travels back in time when she was showing him her paintings. She explains to him about the timeline changes. I mean, he initially didn't believe her, but he still remembers the earthquake thing, so yeah, he is now a believer. Laura then explains about his death from the cliff and requests him to stay home that day. However, when she comes back, she realizes the mural has changed again. Now it indicates that he gets unalived by electric shock. She goes hard on the time travel theories and reads tons and tons of books. She even tries to rewind the mixtape but fails. With no option left, she jumps back again, and now she reaches the Time of Music show at the record shop. She again tells him about his death and suddenly falls unconscious. She returns back to the present and realizes that the mixtape is missing. She leaves quickly and reaches the record shop, only to find out that shop has been burnt down years ago. She takes the address of Cooper and goes to meet him. So it turns out she is the reason why the shop got burnt down, and Cooper is still upset with her. After talking for a while, he forgives her. She then asks Cooper for the mixtape, and after searching for it for a while, he eventually finds it. Yeah, majority of the tapes got burnt down in the fire, but by some god-level luck, she still finds the mixtape. She tries to play the tape, but it doesn't work. So Cooper then checks and realizes that the battery is dead. He even tries to rewind the tape by playing it in a different tape recorder. However, it doesn't work. Still, he presses play, and suddenly, Laura travels back in the same scene. She notices that one of the candles is going towards the room. But before she can do anything, Cooper stops the recording and she comes back to the present. This totally shocks him, and with no other choice, she tells him her story. I mean, there is no question whether he believes her or not. He has already witnessed her vanishing and coming back. He believes her because, according to him, music has the capacity to transcend space and time. But he's worried about some other thing. If Harrison keeps dying even after changing the past, that means it is fated. He tries to make her understand that the universe has given her another chance to relive those memories. However, she is fixated on saving him. She ignores his blabbering and travels back in the same scene. She quickly goes and puts out the fire caused by the candle. This action basically stops the shop from burning in the first place. She informs Harrison that they have only 2 chances left now, as only 2 songs are remaining on the tape, and he should stay away from the electric pole. When she comes back to the present, she realizes that the timeline is altered again. So it turns out in this timeline the shop never burnt down. This gives her a sense of relief, as she is at least able to stop from burning. She goes to meet Cooper, and he again gives her the same suggestion that she should appreciate the chance the universe has given to her. Well, we all know that she won't listen, so now, in this timeline, Harrison has an accident while driving and even his father loses his life. Anyway, she comes up with a plan, presses the play button, and ends up on the day of the exhibition. She quickly tells Harrison that he has to break up with her, and he needs to go to the university to achieve his dreams. I mean, she assumes that changing this event will prevent him from dying. At this point, even I don't know if there is any way left to save him. When she returns to the present, she tries calling him, but her call doesn't go through. Laura realizes that he is still dead in this timeline. She gets angry and presses the button. She comes to the birthday scene where she receives a necklace from Harrison. She bursts out of anger at why he didn't break up with her. He tries to calm her and explains the situation. So apparently, when she left that day, the real Laura didn't have any memories of what conversation they had. I mean, come on, the past Laura doesn't even know about any future things. So it was difficult for him to break up with her. He makes her understand that she cannot change fate even though she tries changing everything. Laura realizes that Cooper was saying the right thing to relive the moments with Harrison. Harrison wants her to keep painting and live a happy life. He bids her farewell and she returns back to the present. Laura then visits Chloe's house to celebrate Christmas. They spend some quality time making some cookies. Later, they decide to listen to some songs and Laura goes to bring the record. She realizes there are always 2 sides to the record, and the same goes for the cassette. The front side always gets all the love, but people often forget there's a backside also. She finds her cassette and notices a song on the backside. Actually, it's the song when they first met. She quickly goes upstairs, and finally we see the starting cliffhanger now in action. She comes back in the time when Chloe was going to first introduce her to Harrison. She decides to not meet him and simply walks away. So all the memories and time they spent together just vanished. When she comes back to the present, she seems to not remember anything. But things have changed. Chloe is now married to a good person, and even their dad is alive. Suddenly, a doorbell rings. Laura attends the door, and the person standing in front of her none other than Harrison. The first question they ask each other,
Have we...
Not before. I swear I've seen you.